I think they said it was like close to $100,000 worth of damage, and I'm like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Tiara. You can go ahead and call your girl T. Here on my channel, you can find hair and makeup tutorials, DIY projects, baby vlogs, and meal prepping ideas. If you like all these things and more, please take the time to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and hit that bell notification down below. Y'all, I have a treat for you, okay? And this is one of those like laugh at my pain because it's really a traumatic story because I almost died, but now it's just like 5 years later, let's just go ahead and kiki about it, right? Before we even get started, go ahead and take the time to like this video right now. So this is 2014. It is my junior year of college. And let's say we are about, oh, it's Thanksgiving break. So we're not quite through with the first semester, but we're getting close to the end of the first semester. So to just make this easier for you guys to understand, I'm living in a suite with none of the girls. It's 5 rooms, living area, and then a bathroom that has like 3 stalls. So like it's bigger than like just like a 2 people to room dorm. It's like a suite. So I'm living in this suite with these 9 other girls. I have a roommate in my room. It's like 2 to a room. It is Thanksgiving break. Everyone's going home to spend time with their family like normal people, but I was working at this uppity steakhouse and they required everyone to work on Thanksgiving. Apparently rich people don't cook their own food. They go out and make everyone else's life miserable. And before you ask, yes they were. So I'm working at this restaurant. I'm like, whatever. So I pick up a bunch of shifts because at this point, like, I'm not going home for the holidays. I might as well work whenever I can. The boys from the basketball team I was really cool with. They're like one building down from me where it's all connected, and they're one of the few people who are left on campus because literally everyone went home. So I remember this day like clear as day. We go and we're all hanging out. We went and got food from like Sheetz, which is like up the street from us. We watched basketball. We were just like hanging out, chatting. Finally it gets around like 11 o'clock and I'm like, you know what, it's time for bed. I need to go ahead and get into bed, like let me be wholesome, whatever needs to get done, like da da da. So I dip out, I walk to my crib. Here's where all the rules are getting broken. So we're not allowed to have pets on campus. We had a cat. It was my cat, Keanu. Keanu was like the star of the show, but yeah, I had a cat named Keanu. I had him for literally forever, okay, forever, like literally since 3rd grade. I was like, I had an off-campus apartment as well. But the girl who I was living with, she was actually in the same sorority as me and she didn't have anyone to live with. I also did not pay for housing, so it just worked out like fine that like I was really only paying for my apartment and it didn't cost me anything to have an on-campus place to stay. Plus I was on the dance team, so when I had later practices, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely sleep here, blah, 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 like whatever. So I moved my cat from my apartment off campus into our suite and everyone was cool with it. And before like people start bugging on me, like people have pets everywhere. People had pigs, turtles, rabbits, like everyone had pets on campus. So yeah, I had my cat, so me and Keanu are by ourselves in this entire suite. I go into the room and my room is smelling a little off. I'm like, is that my laundry? I don't know whose clothes these are, but it's smelling a little rank in here. So I opt to break another rule. Which at the time I didn't even know I was breaking a rule because again everyone else did this too. I decided to light a candle. Yeah, so I light this candle. I go and I sit on the, and it's like a regular glass and 3-wick candle, like in a glass, in a jar. Like I cannot. It was pretty brand new too. So to add to this story, my 21st birthday had just passed because it's Thanksgiving break, Scorpio season, guys. My birthday's on the 19th. So I have probably like 6 or 7 bottles unopened liquor on my desk, the same place that the candle was lit. So Everyone bought me liquor for my birthday. I actually didn't get to them yet, so like they were just sitting there nice and proud. You know, I was waiting for people to come back to campus so that I could drink them. You know, whatever. So yeah, I'm laying down. It's 11 o'clock. I go on the couch and I'm watching IDTV. And one of my favorite things, I'm watching IDTV and I fall asleep on the couch. For some reason, which I'm just gonna say it was the grace of God, the noise from like someone getting shot, like on the reenactment of the show, it woke me up out of my sleep. So it's like 2:45-ish now. And I'm like, dang, I didn't mean to fall asleep on this futon. Let me go ahead and go in my bed. So these doors are like fireproof doors, okay? So I go on the door and I can feel the doorknob is slightly hot. And I'm like, and I swear it was just like one of those movies, like one of those points where it was like, it was at that moment that I knew that I up. Like this realization, and I'm like, bruh. I already know what's up. I literally already know what's up. But I'm like, I'm not gonna panic because it can't be that bad. So I open the door and it's like, whoop. Literally, I'm like, what the? I forgot to tell you guys, I'm literally only in a t-shirt. No bra, no underwear, nothing. I'm not a fan of underwear to begin with, but I don't have a bra on. So I'm literally in just an oversized t-shirt and I open the door and it's woof, just this big, huge fire. This fire from my desk. The way we had our room set up, we had like when you first walk in, you could see bed on one side, and then we had our desk like facing the window but propped up against our beds. So like behind the bed, when you go further back, is the desk. It's kind of like a little cubby hole, and then the bed is directly up against it, and the bed is closest to the doors. So my desk is very far away, but now the fire has crept onto my bed. So now my bed is also on fire because they touch, you know? So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the F? What do you do? What do you do? The entire room is covered in black smoke because I guess there's two different type of fires, white smoke, black smoke. I had all of my books on my desk as well. So yeah, everything's on fire. I'm like, okay, this can get fixed. Like, honestly, I'm not about to even trip. So I'm definitely panicking, and Keanu is also panicking because he literally runs directly into the room. He wasn't even in the room. He runs directly into the room. I'm like, Keanu! Like, what the F? The smoke is black. He all black. Like, what am I about to do? What am I about to do for you, boo? So I'm like, don't worry. Don't even worry. I go out into the main area and I punch I punched open the fire extinguisher thing. So I take this fire extinguisher, I pull it out, I'm running on straight adrenaline. I run back to my room. I also forgot that if you open a door really hard, it shatters windows. So yeah, I freaked the F out. I open the door, like I cannot make this up. It was literally off of the movies. Like, I was like, bro, this is wild. This is wild. I found out very quickly that I don't know how to use a fire extinguisher. So I go and I start to squirt it, and I didn't know you had to like lock your arm. So I went like this and it went whoosh. By the time I understood what needed to be done, it was empty. Like gone. I'm like, okay, so that's not gonna work. So I run back out and I pull the fire alarm. I'm like, the fire alarm, let me pull the fire alarm. So I pull the fire alarm and I'm like, all right, bet. So this is getting bad. This is getting pretty bad now. It's like, honestly, who even teaches you how to put out a fire? Like, who really does? Literally, that's something I think people need to learn how to do, like how to pull out a fire extinguisher. What made all this situation even worse is like at that school, they constantly did fake fire alarms, like fire drills all the time, or like the alarms would just go off for no reason. So like the 40-50 people that are in all of the different dorms, most of them did not get up and get out because they thought that it was like a false alarm, and it was just a hot mess. Yeah, so I try to go back in and get Keanu, and I'm on the ground crawling to him. I'm like, Keanu, please, I don't want you to die. Like, come on. I'm literally crying. I can't see. It's burning so bad. Like, you can't breathe. I cannot breathe. And then I like made the realization that like I'm not about to die for no cat. So I'm like, bro, it was nice living with you out here. We had a good like 15-year run, but I'm gonna have to catch you on the other side. Like, you chose this life. Anybody tell you run in there, and if this is the fate that you want, so be it. But I'm not about to be that person who dies, the people who be going in back into the house and dying over their pets. I was like, that's not what we signed up for. So sorry, Keanu. So I'm like, F it, I run. So I gave him one last fighting chance. Instead of shutting the door and making it like super fireproof so it doesn't mess up the rest of the house, I left it cracked. And I'm like, bro, you're on your own. I don't know what to tell you. So I make a dash for it. I run with my phone and I run over to building A. I'm in C. They all zigzag through. So I run through, and the basketball team, they're all packed up ready to go because they're literally about to catch a flight to a basketball game. And I'm covered in soot, like literally completely covered in soot. And I'm like, my room is on fire. And they're like, what? I'm like, bro, my room is on fire. My room is on fire. My room is on fire. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, my room, it's on fire. So we like run out, and you can see flames coming through the window. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Like, that's all that's gonna happen. So you're supposed to have the campus police number in your phone. I had just gotten a new phone, so I didn't have it saved. So another rule breaking out here. We finally called campus police. Like, they had it on their phone. And they're like, hello. I'm like, bro, my room is on fire. They're like, I'm like, yeah, like the whole thing is over. It's over. The whole room is on fire. I'm crying. Like, it's just really a lot for me to take in. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this point, because so they're like, okay, like mad nonchalant, because I think they thought that I was lying. And I'm like, the longer y'all take, the worse this is gonna get, and I don't know what's supposed to happen. So I don't know what happened, but I start calling all of my best friends. Like, one is like, Angie is like still my best friend to this day, but like I had two friends in college who I was really close with, and they're both on Thanksgiving break. So they're used to me calling them like late at night to cry about something, like a boy, about how I love my friends, something. So I don't think Angie answered right away. Did Angie? I don't know who answered first, but they both end up answering the phone, and I'm like, bro, my dorm is on fire. They're like, what? I'm like, my dorm is on fire. The whole thing is in flames. They're like, bro, how? I'm like, I don't know, a candle. I forgot. The back of these apartments, like buildings, it's through an alley. You can go through an alley and then go straight to the football field. For some reason, I just panicked and ran a 4-0 to the football field. I was running faster than Antonio Brown before the drugs. My body like randomly went into like flight mode for no reason, and I just they like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. Literally like screaming and just crying. Like, somebody help me, my dorm's on fire. What are y'all gonna do? I come back, the campus police are there. They're just standing outside like, boom. I'm like, bro, are y'all not equipped for this? I was so mad at the police, because like these people be so gun pressed to break up some parties and give out some underages, but had no idea what to do in an emergency situation. I'm like, bro, y'all really be bored. Like, what do you guys get paid for? Help me, nigga. They're like, yeah, we have to wait for the fire department to get here, but it's volunteer fire department, so they was at home, so it's gonna take a minute. I'm like, oh my God, R.I.P. Keanu, it's over for you. So we wait and we wait and we wait. It literally takes them like 20 minutes to get there. By that point, the room is done. So one of the RAs, like the chief RA, like in charge of giving people RAs positions, she comes over. She happens to be black, and she's like, come on girl, come to my house. So I go and I take a shower at her place down the street, and she gives me clothes, and I'm just covered in soot. Bro, so by this point now I'm in the cafeteria. It took them so long to get this fire out. I'm in the cafeteria, I'm still crying. It's really just a lot. Let me tell y'all that the firefighters show up and they're like, look who we found, and it's Keanu. Bro, Keanu is literally wrapped up in a blanket. He's looking at me like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you alive. I did not think you were gonna make it. Mans was looking at me like, bro, don't touch me. Like, do not touch me. I don't bang with you. That's really why you left me. And I'm like, I don't know what else you wanted me to do, sir, but I was not about to die for no cat. Like, you got 9 lives, I do not, okay? After that, I'm trying to think. It's been so long that I'm trying to think of everything else that happened. Well, they had to tell all of our other roommates. They showed me the place. It's really flooded on the inside. No lights working. Our room is destroyed. They had to place us in different places, and people were mad AF because they had to take like the lounges and turn them into temporary suites and rooms for people. And people, this is when Yik Yak was out, and people were so rude. They're like, wow, I wish she would have died in the fire. I can't believe we took our lounge away. I'm like, dang, was it worth all that? I didn't even think people would use the lounges. Like, people were bugging over these lounges. So luckily all the girls there were cool. Most of them except the one I actually was living with. Like, with the whatever you can do to recover your items from like smoke, they were able to pretty much recover everything. With our insurance that we had, like, we all got like money for it, so it was interesting because not only did my entire suite get destroyed, but like the suite below us they were completely flooded. They had to be dispersed and put into different places. Like, it was not a cheap fire. Like, I think they said it was like close to $100,000 worth of damage, and I'm like, y'all do be giving out hella tickets, so I'm like, do I gotta pay for that? Because I'm letting you know right now, it's not gonna happen because you can't get what I ain't got, and I definitely don't have $100,000 worth of nothing. I'm like, and I got like randomly placed in like Yorktown for a bit, so I was staying there for a while, and then I had to talk to the board. Then there was mad rumors going around. People were making up all types of stories. First they were like saying Keanu died, so then there was like a hashtag like RIP Keanu, and then everyone was sending me death threats on Yik Yak because they thought my cat died. So then I had to reiterate that Keanu did not in fact die, although he almost did. And that was a hot mess, 'cause I'm like, bro, you're gonna wish death on me over a cat? Bugging. Like, y'all are bugging. And then after that, then there was a whole story going around that like Keanu was the one who started the fire. Like bro, how? I should have blamed it on Keanu, but then at that point it's just like, I'm not helping my kids. I'm not supposed to have candles or a cat. Like, I'm like, okay, I can see how this looks really bad, but do you know in D Tower they have a pig? I'm not saying that I'm snitching. I'm just saying that your RAs do not care. And they like, listen, you ain't gotta go home, but you definitely gotta get the F up out of here. So they didn't kick me out of school, but they kicked me off of campus, which it was fine because I had my own like apartment like literally 2 minutes away off campus. But then it was just like so much. I was just like infamous for being that girl who like caught her room on fire, and it was just like, people like, oh my god, it's you! You caught your room on fire! Oh my god! That's so insane! I'm like,
yeah, I was dying but laugh. It's okay.
So then after that, they like implemented all these new things in the safety like books, and like rest assuring or reassuring that no one has candles. And even like one of my coworkers, he ended up going there very briefly, and they tell the story now about the girl who caught the dorm on fire. And I'm like, so yeah, if nothing else, I was like extremely thankful that they even let me stay at the university, because I really thought that I was going to go to prison for arson. But apparently that's not the first fire, but it was definitely just like the worst fire that they've had on campus. So all jokes aside, like, it's funny now, but I don't even know if it's even funny now. Like, I really will say that, like, I really had like PTSD for the longest. I did not like candles. Like, I just now feel comfortable lighting candles, and they literally have to be in my sight, because like my only conclusion is that because I had so many bottles of alcohol, one like heated up and exploded, and it just started like a chain reaction, and that's how it happened. Because other than that, I've never heard of like a glass candle just breaking. Long story short, don't break the rules. Don't use candles unattended. It's actually very serious. People die from this like every year. A lot of people die from this every year. So it ain't no joke. Like, it's jokey joke because I live, but it ain't no joke. Keanu had like 5 more years of life before he died. So like, he lived a long life and he stayed with me, but he really didn't speak to me for the longest. Like, he wasn't coming around me. He didn't want me to pet him. He didn't want me to do nothing. He's just like, bro, stay away from me because that's really wild what you did. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All that I know is that I am not equipped for life or death situations. I mean, I survived, but definitely barely. Definitely barely. Anyways, guys, that is it. If you guys found this story to be entertaining, please let me know, because I do have other experiences where I did dumb things and almost died. Accident prone? I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'm trying to get like 20 comments. Can we make that happen? Like, can we please get that happen? If I get 20 comments down below, I'll tell you another story. Make sure you guys be safe out there. Make sure you guys are staying in the house because it's very important. We are going to get through this. And I'm going to be posting way more consistently now that I have a little bit more free time and I am not currently working. So I have no excuse not to be posting 3 videos a week. So we are going to be making sure that happens just for y'all in this quarantine chill. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.